good, Commanders fans? So breaking news, we just re-signed Marcus Mariota to a 1-year, $8 million contract, which is a reasonably solid deal for Marcus Mariota. And I'm happy to bring him back. I am. I'm happy to bring him back. I think he's a really good backup. I think he's a really good mentor for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels has shouted out Marcus Mariota a couple of times. We remember the Falcons game where Jaden Daniels got the wind knocked out of him on a really nice run, and Marcus Mariota came over, talked to him, gave him a pep talk, told him to stand up, catch his wind, and all that stuff. He's just been a good leader and a guy who has been there and done that. He was the second pick of the draft. Yes, his career didn't go the way that he wanted it to go, but last year he did the things that we needed him to do. When Jaden Daniels he hurt his rib, he injured his rib. Marcus Mariota came in that Panthers game and played really, really well. What was his numbers in that game? I just had him out. He had 2 touchdown passes in that game. He had 2 touchdown passes against Dallas, too, and the game-winning touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin to help Terry McLaurin get the touchdown record for the franchise, which was awesome. A game-winning touchdown pass in Dallas. And then when we beat Carolina 40-7, 18 for 23, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 11 carries for 34 yards. His longest run was for 11 yards, which was really good. And then at Dallas, 23-19, we won that game. 15 for 18, 161 yards, 83% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 5 rushes for 56 yards and a touchdown. Then he had that nice run where it was 4th and 1, and we did like a RPO, like a fake read option or whatever. And Malik Hooker went like this. He did left hand up because he thought it was the stop. But Marcus Mariota shot out of a cannon and ran for like 33, he ran for 33 yards on 4th and 1. That was a great play call by Cliff. And it just shows the athleticism of Marcus Mariota. So you got to have a guy that mirrors the talent and the skill set that Jaden Daniels has. And when you have a backup that mirrors that talent and skill set, like we even have Jeff Driscoll as the 3rd string guy, Sam Hartman. We all have athletic quarterbacks that can move and do RPOs and can use their legs. And then Cliff was using Marcus Mariota on 4th down situations. I don't know how I feel about that, doing that play over and over again, having Jaden go out as a receiver. Probably don't have to do that really much anymore with Deebo Samuel being in. If you want to do a trick play or a reverse or gadget play, use Deebo Samuel instead of using Marcus Mariota if you want to switch it up. Or we draft a running back that is a stud and can get it done on 4th and 1 anyway. But Jaden gets it done on 4th and 1 too. But yes, Marcus Mariota did a good job. $8 million, it's a reasonable deal. You look at other backups, like Daniel Jones is a backup. He got $14 million. He's going to be competing with Anthony Richardson. You just compare the money there. Gardner Minshew, $12.5 million. You can argue Marcus Mariota is better than Gardner Minshew. Caleb Williams, he's on a rookie deal, so he's getting $9 million. Who else is a backup? Anthony Richardson, $8 million per year. Jacoby Brissett, $8 million per year last year. Marcus Mariota got $6 million last year. And now he got a pay raise to $8 million. So that's awesome for him. Zach Wilson just got a $6 million contract. So he's only getting paid $2 million more than Zach Wilson. Like Zach Wilson getting $6 million per year for being a backup is pretty insane. Drew Lock, $5 million per year. Jimmy G, $4.5 million per year. So I'm just naming the backups. Joe Flacco, $4.5 million per year. Davis Mills, $4 million. Andy Dalton, $4 million per year. Jameis Winston, $4 million per year. Josh Dobbs, $4 million per year. Mac Jones, $3 million per year. Kenny Pickett, $3 million per year. Case Keenum, $3 million per year. So you guys get the point. Mitchell Trubisky, $2.6 million per year. Taylor Heineke, $2.5 million per year. And Cooper Rush, $2.5 million. Carson Wentz, $2.5 million. It's just intriguing looking at the backup salaries because a lot of the guys that are on the backup list that I see on Spot Rack have been on the Commanders. Josh Johnson for the Ravens, $1.3 million. Kyle Allen, So you guys get the point that the contract is a good contract. I think it's a solid contract for sure. Just looking at some of the backup quarterbacks, their salaries like Jacoby Brissett, $8 million. Tyrod Taylor, $6 million. It's just intriguing. It is. It's interesting. Like Jarrett Stidham, $6 million per year. That's an overpay for Jarrett Stidham. But, it's good bringing Marcus Mariota back, man. He's a good leader, good backup, all that. He just fits the role that he's in right now. And I think, honestly, for his career, I think that's what he should do. I don't think, he could start somewhere, of course. I know the Seahawks, they traded Geno to the Raiders. So the Raiders have rumored interest in signing Marcus Mariota, bringing him back. But that didn't happen because Geno's going to start for the Raiders. The Seahawks signed Sam Darnold, so that option was gone. So a lot of the quarterback options just got filled. And, he just had to come back here, which is a good thing. And I think he's being paid pretty well for being a backup as well. So that's really it on Marcus Mariota. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time on him. 4 touchdowns, no picks this year, so he had a darn good season, man. And Justin Fields went to the Jets too, so all the starting quarterback positions were gone for the most part. All right, so let's move on to Trey Hendrickson here. So there's some Trey Hendrickson news here that I do want to talk about. This will be pretty quick too. This shouldn't take long at all. Trey Hendrickson. So the trade compensation has been updated here. And this is per Cameron Wolf. That I'm going to bring this up real quick. Just got to get my computer to load a little bit. So yeah, the Bengals are seeking a first-round pick and more for pass rusher Trey Hendrickson per Cameron Wolf. So honestly, that we're out of that. We're out of the Trey Hendrickson sweepstakes. We're not going to give up a first-round pick anymore. And who knows? Maybe Adam Peters may do that. I don't want to be disrespectful to say Adam Peterson, but Adam Peters, he may do something like that because he's shown that he's willing to give up picks. He gave up picks for Laramie Tunsil. He gave up picks for Marshawn Lattimore. So maybe he does make a move for Trey Hendrickson, but I doubt it. I think at the edge rusher position, what we're gonna do is either sign Zadarius Smith or DeMarcus Lawrence. One of those guys, most likely. DeMarcus Lawrence, familiarity with Dan Quinn. The Cowboys, it makes sense. Zadarius Smith, there was rumor interest at the trade deadline. That makes sense. So I just don't see us spending a first-round pick and more on Trey Hendrickson when he's 30 years old and you got to pay him after all what these edge rushers have been getting paid, like Max Crosby's extension, Myles Garrett getting paid that crazy money, Josh Sweat, his contract. So I highly doubt that we trade a first-round pick and more for Trey Hendrickson. I mean, maybe in the summertime, like they get desperate and they move on from him and they lower the price to a second or third-round pick or something like that. Maybe Adam Peters may do something like that and give up like a second or a third. But as of right now, I just don't see that happening. I don't see us moving a first and more and having to pay him. I don't see that happening, to be honest. So, but I like Trey Hendrickson, man. But you got to have your standards and stuff, and have your limits on spending on what you're going to do as far as draft capital, cap space, and stuff like that. So we'll see what they do today. Do they get a corner later on? Do they Asante Samuel Jr. is available? We'll see what happens with that. What moves do they make, and who do they bring back for the rest of the day? All right, guys. As always, Health Commanders. Peace.